Let me just fling this all over the place real quick. Like the live stream, like not, everything else. Hold on. And once I do that, eventually, okay. Okay, so probably one of the most, if not, let's try and hope that doesn't happen again. Okay, so probably one of the most, if not most controversial types of magic and to be practiced. Hey Nightshade, I see you changed your icon thingy. But one of the most quote unquote controversial and I would have to say it's controversial to some, but at the same time I can only just say, to be technical, doing love magic and emotional magic and trying to woozy woo someone towards you, it's just like any other kind of magic in my opinion. And I just keep it simple. You can do whatever you like, but no matter what happens, whatever you get afterwards, you're at fault because of it. No matter what it is, good, bad, dreadful, it don't matter at all. So with that in mind, keep that close and tight in your head. Because in all reality, if you want to do love magic on someone, you can. Will it work? That depends on how focused you are and how you go about it. I'm somebody who doesn't believe in like in a moralistic kind of a way about it. Because if you want someone, if you want them, why should you have something be put in front of you to stop you? And why should you let something else outside of you prevent you from going towards what you'd like? But will you get it? That's up to you. And how you go about it. But I can definitely say love magic and working like with somebody's emotions, especially love, it's one of the most, you have to upkeep it. You have to keep it fed, if that makes sense. In other words, so you can't just throw one love spell into someone, you have to maintain it. It's kind of like if you're, the best put it, imagine a love spell kind of like if you're using a bicycle to make enough power to keep your house lit up. If you don't keep working that bicycle, the love tricycle, your house isn't going to be lit. That just flow together so effortlessly, and it's just so funny. I'm trying hard not to bust up laughing, but still, that's really how it is. If you don't keep it continually worked on and fed, it's going to slow down and it's just going to dissipate and it's going to stop. That's just how it works. And it's kind of a bit disheartening to hear that, but nonetheless, though, there is technical ways you can kind of bamboozle it. And one of those ways, yeah, well, it depends. But I answered that question at the end, Nightshade. Because I don't know if you were there in my live stream yesterday. Because I kind of went into like the point blank, like, let's not be offering this kind of service. I'll get into that later. But anyway, love magic. Yeah, we'll get into that at the end. But love magic. So, essentially, love magic is essentially doing any kind of magic to influence someone towards you in an uplifted way. you're pretty much influencing or affecting somebody's viewpoint of you. And even also at the same time, technically, you could also, in a way, consider like lust magic the same thing, but then again, it's still an emotion magic. And it's not wrong, because that's up to you to decide. And if you choose to do that, that's up to you. Because I'm somebody that just thinks, if you want something, go and get it. But with the catch. Because this is where, for me, it gets a little bit technical and a little bit nitpicky. If you're doing magic to keep somebody faithful to you, to me, if somebody made the choice to commit to you, and if you made the mutual choice back, if they start going behind your back, you have a full 100% right to restrict them. To take a fidelity spell, like for example, if there's a man sticking it elsewhere, you can bind his meat. You can most definitely do that, and I mean, I don't have a problem with that. If he keeps having a snake escape, whoops. Well, you should have kept the cage locked up. Stop sticking them elsewhere. I hate to be that point blank, but still. Because if you made the choice to stick with someone, and you realize, oh, it was a mistake. So now why should this other person have to go through the BS and have all their time wasted because of you? And the thing is, oh, she's not hot anymore. Really? Well, that's not an excuse. If you made the choice to stick with someone, you obviously don't know what you got yourself into. Hey, Kayla, we're talking about love magic today. Now let's get into some of the more not so nice parts about the love work. Say for an example, if you have somebody being involved, like a third party, messing with you and your significant other and your intended. I'm perfectly fine with taking out the other person. Not taking them out like kill them, no. Like actually hotfoot them. Kind of, throw some cemetery dirt their way. Goofer dust. That's up to you, though. And because I'm somebody that is very strict about this. Like, if you're with somebody and somebody tries to come in and intervene and mess it up, or if the person you're with decides to sneak behind your back and think they're slick, okay. Because here's the thing. Because you went behind their back, you most definitely deserve to have your fishing pole, or that sewn shut magically, because you can't stop casting it out there. You can't stop it, and you can't stop catching it. I hate to be like that, but still, if you don't have the self-control, and if you can't control yourself because you're being overly woozy-wooey and lusting after somebody else, but you're technically with someone, that's a lack of self-control. And that's a lack of consideration, and it's just disgusting. Because you really, in my opinion, if you're going to be willing to do that, I don't think you really love the person. Because, especially if you made the choice to commit and marry to them, it's a headache. I can just say that. It's the choice to stick with someone and commit to someone, and you both made that choice. I don't care if one of you didn't know what you were getting into. And it doesn't matter that like you didn't mean it. Because here's the thing, that's something you don't mess with. And you don't take it as a joke. Because if you take it as a joke, the bigger joke is going to be when somebody that has, like, say if, oh Jesus, I have a personal experience, and I think it's funny. Very funny in my opinion. Okay, let's start. Let's just say many moons ago, I was in mine. Everything's perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden, oh, good God. You know, that kind of excuse, Nightshade, I mean, I would just say, I'm not hot enough for you. Wow. Then why are you with me? Fake. Really? So what, were you just wanting to waste my time? Because good job, you just did. And that's what I would say. Because at that point, it's just like, I'm too weird for you? Well, you know what else is weird? Faking dating somebody and pretending to like them and saying that they're too weird. Well, honey bear, everybody is weird in their own unique way. So, lame excuse. Oh, I'm not hot enough for you? It's okay. Well, I mean, if you take a look in the mirror. Yeah, but still. It's not difficult. Oh, Nightshade. Oh, Nightshade. You know what? I would just say, really? You only liked that? Really? Wow. Every other woman has the same thing? Idiot. I do not mean to be mean like that, but still. Straight up. If you're gonna be ending something like that because of something stupid like that, you shouldn't be dating. In my opinion, you shouldn't be. Because this is something that's supposed to be serious. That's not my business. But nonetheless. My story though. And it's a good one. And the effects are still happening to this day. Mind you that. Well, I mean, you should have told her this. And you know what? I can actually cross off my list that I dated an idiot. And a prick. 1, 2. Okay. I got my list, you know, I got 2 off my list. Looks like you got 1. Oh, I'm so evil, but I don't care. Like love and relationships, this is something that should not be played with. It's not something that should be messed with. Because it's not, it's really damaging to play someone and mess with someone like this. But anyway, many moons ago. I was with mine still. Yep, still the same one. And please bear in mind, as a disclaimer, none of this I'm making up. Because I can't make this up. And at the same time, too, I'm not saying this to, to talk BS, because I'm not that kind of a person. I'm just telling the truth. And don't look at me. Stop. Yeah, at that point I would just be like, oh, she's talking bad about me? No, she's talking about herself. She's talking about herself. No, that's not me. She keeps talking about herself again. No. I just would back in, but still. So let's just say And keep in mind, at this point between mine and me, we've been together for, at this point, it would have been 5 years. 5. So, oh boy, how do I go about this? Because I mean, there's just okay. So one night, I went over to his place, which I was. And while over there, there is an individual in this town that I just have to call for what it is. It has the face of a can opener, the body of a hairless dog, and is stretched about to the size of a shower drain, and is about that big. Not impressive, honey. So this thing, which is somehow at mine's place. I walk in and I see it and I'm like, why do you have this here? And then it comes to find out that he was actually seeing this thing behind my back. He confessed it. And I told him, you know, it's just so funny. I already knew all along. And I did. You know why? But when you kind of don't let the person that you've been with for a long time come into the apartment that you live in and that they're paying for, something's up. I was paying for. Yeah, paying for the above the head. Oh, no. It's okay. It's all over and done with now because I got my vengeance and I still am. Hey, don't look at me. I wasn't the idiot. Because here's what happened to them. So, yeah, yikes. Yeah, it gets good. Yikes. So, gets confessed. And I told him I already knew because the way you're acting is kind of obvious. And really? You're gonna leave someone who has a job at a school district making $15.60 an hour, full time, with benefits, and someone who has the patience to accept you and stand by you no matter what, also get you off of a hard drug by choice, and you're gonna leave this person who has stuck by you for a can opener faced hairless dog that's stretched like a shower drain size and is about that big and has quite the the list that he has sat on and stuck, and he's not employed. Okay, good luck paying the rent now. It didn't work. It didn't work out. Oh, darn. I wonder why. Oh, I know why. Because it didn't do anything. And guess what came back? But this is where it gets good. After it came back, the thing tried so hard to weasel his way back in. And I just told him, piss it. Go away. Get out of here. You're not wanted here. Besides, you're going to contaminate the place. And didn't listen. Back again and tried messing with him. Tried playing manipulative mind games on him. Told him again. Piss it. Go away. Last warning. Hey, Isabel. And this thing didn't listen. So for the third time, I told him this. Okay, dude. Hi, by the way. I told this guy, okay, here's the thing. If you ever cross my vision, or any of my senses at all, or existence, you get hexed on the spot. Instant hexed. I don't even have to think about it. Just hexed. So go away, kid, and go sit somewhere else. Because actually, you know what? Why don't you go try to see if you can sit on that upside down bar stool and see if you can get all 4 of those sides up in there. Hey, it might fit. Rip. Did it listen? No, of course not. I mean, who would? Okay, so came back around again. Convicted of pretty much, I think it was, what was it? Oh. Felony means of unlawful, wait, I think it was something like Grand Theft Auto. A felony? Oops! Whoops. Number 2. Came back again. Hexed again. Oh, look at that. Now he has a domestic violence charge. Yes, and Isabel, this is kind of like what happens when... Oh, how do I put this? When you have somebody think that they can, you know, waltz right into a committed relationship between 2 people and think that they can just go in and take it and mess it up and get into a hissy fit when it didn't work out and the person comes back to the other person that actually gives a crap about them and then tries to mess with it again. And then they forget, oh, I forgot he's a witch. Yep. So, first X, he got hit with a felony Grand Theft Auto theft by means of transport or something like that. Number 2, second hex, domestic violence charge. Did he stay away? Why would he do that? Came back again. Another hex. This one, it gets pretty bad. Oh, assault and battery and disturbing the peace. Child endangerment. Child endangerment. Oh, that's the 3rd one. Don't look at me. I told him to stay away. He didn't listen, so he gets hexed up the wazoo. He came back again. 4th time. Hexed again. This time, this is where it gets good. He gets a tattoo. And one of the words, heartache, forgot a letter in it. And the only way to fix it is if you butcher the tattoo. And it's pretty hard to fix the misspelling. Oh, whoops. And he came back. He came back again, trying to mess with mine again. And I caught wind of it. So, hex, and I'm just waiting to see what happens next. And all I can say is this. If you think you're slick, and if you think you're sneaky, and if you think it's okay to get in between 2 people, especially if it's somebody who has a lot of difficulties and I'm just going to put it this way, because mine I'm very protective over, because there has not been a lot of looking out for him. I'm pretty much all that he has. And when something like this comes towards, pretty much like the town hooch, and somebody who has a very bad reputation, you better believe I'm going to get and, you know, scare it off and push it back. Stop. But either way, that's essentially I mean, I was close to, but the whole thing is, when somebody somebody isn't all the way there in their mind, it's hard. Because you have to look at it from their perspective. Mine having some challenges, it's hard. Because sometimes you can't comprehend what's going on. You can't, sometimes. It is what it is. But one thing though, someone like that was messing with him, and me, someone like that, if they actually know about that, which he did, and they try to exploit that, I don't care what happens to him. As far as I'm concerned, that'd be a shame if, if he contracted something. Oh wait, he probably already did. I bet you he doesn't even remember how many people he sat on. And actually, I don't think he even felt him, because he's that stretched. Rip. And to be quite point blank harsh, I could really care less. I could even really care less if he watches this, because, I mean, hey, if the shoe fits. And doesn't, by the way. I mean, if he is watching it, cute, but still. How about another warning shot? I just have to say, don't you already have a man, by the way, dude? Because I think you do. If that's the case, why don't you worry about yours? No. That's actually giving it some kind of chance to be decent. And to be technical, it's a twin. So technically, it was an unplanned mistake. Oh! Unplanned mistake. Twins aren't planned, and he was a mistake. Unplanned mistake. Hey, Jeremy, you just missed the... I really am not somebody who likes to really cripple and like swing at something like that. But don't look at me. Hey, I don't go in between other people's relationships and try and add one of them to my list. Sorry, that's trashy. And what's even more horrible, this is where it gets funny. Before he came towards me and mine, he was with somebody else, and this twat comes towards me asking to help him get his ex-lover back, which I did. I did one little spell for him, and the lover came back. Like, next day. Shit, you not. Lasted another 2 years, and they dropped. So then, what? Okay. Now I'm really starting to really think about this. I like how, instead of me talking about love magic, it's just me, table flipping on some, two-timing twat head. How come you go to a witch, ask them for help to get your ex-lover back? 2 years later, you start going for their lover. Especially when they did a spell, and he came back the next day. Doesn't that kind of make you think, wow, this witch knows what he's doing, and he's quite powerful? Oh, no. Yes, they are. But it's okay. It's okay. And what's even more funny, he tries so hard to talk so bad about me, but the thing is, well, I don't know about you, dude, but I don't have a criminal record. And hey, at least I don't do domestic violence, and I haven't hit anyone like that. And yeah, so, oh, and I don't steal others' vehicles. Don't swing at me, honey, because you have quite the amount of ammunition that I could throw. You can't throw anything at me. Because here's the thing, hey, at least I know how to commit to one person. How many of you did, dude? Well, I can tell you, it's probably more phalanges and toesies on my body. Rip. But seriously, enough of this crap talking. But, like I said, I can completely care less if he's watching, because if you messed up, admit to it. Everybody makes mistakes, but you keep making the same mistake over and over again, it kind of gets to the point where, like, I don't care what happens to you, dude. Oh, you're homeless now? Oh, that's a shame. Maybe you shouldn't have been an idiot. I'm also sensitive. But the thing is, when it comes to my significant other, it's hard. Because for me, if he's in any kind of distress, I get distressed. That's just how it works. Anybody else, I don't get really influenced that much. But with him, because I'm so connected to him, it's like having that intuitive connection. And I can't count how many times I knew there was something wrong, and I just knew it. And then I asked him, "Is something bothering you?" And he tells me, I'm like, "Oh, okay, yep, I knew something was wrong." Heck. That's like it's, it sounds like similar to like what I have with mine, but I'm not sure if he's able to comprehend it. But usually, if there's something off, I know. If he's not okay, I just know. Because there was this one time. This one time. Actually, no. I'll share 2 times. Number one. I was laying on the couch in my apartment at the time, asleep. And then just out of nowhere, I just wake up like, and throw myself up, and I just go, duck. Like that. Just out of nowhere. Threw myself up and yelled, duck. And after that, I'm like, what? Why did I just, wake up from a cold sleep and then just threw myself up saying duck? I don't get it. 2 seconds later, mine texts me saying someone almost hit him in the back of the head with a gas canister. A metal gas canister. Metal. I'm not really sure what that word would be as well, but still. Someone tried to hit him in the back of the head and knock him out with a metal gas canister like they put underneath the barbecue. For some reason, he had the intuitive thing to duck. He swung, and mine ducked just by intuition. He ducked and missed him. And then it all made sense when I just woke up from that close sleep and went, duck. Because that's what happened. He ducked, and the guy missed him. Second one. This one probably disturbed him the most. Him and his friends were walking down this trail out in the woods. And while on this trail, just out of nowhere from the left, from the stream, there's this road, and then there's this kind of stream bank, and then just out of nowhere this black cat just crawls up into the middle of the trail, stops right in the middle, turns and looks at mine, and mine just looks right back at him, and he doesn't move. And he said it was forever. The cat just still looking at him, just goes and just walks off down to the right. What he says is that he told his friends that he's going back home. He goes back home the next day in the morning. A few feet away from where they were, there was a body found, recently killed, of a person in the riverbank to the right. I crap you not. That's scary. I'm even getting goosebumps just remembering that story, because that could have been him. Still, when you're really connected to someone like that, that's what happens. These connections are real. And that's why, and I'm a big stickler about this, when you have intercourse with someone, you have to be very careful about who you're going with. Because if you have multiple, your energy becomes scattered. And you don't have a grounding to yourself. You have multiple energies pulling in at you. When you just have the one, like I do, okay, I just have one. I don't have anything else pulling at me or influencing me. That's a good thing. Because when you only have one influencing you, you can't get swayed. And you have more of your energy to keep that connection. And that's really how it is. Because if you're scattered all over the place, if you choose to do that, that's up to you. But the disadvantage of that is that you have multiple people attached to you. And with that attachment, if you don't sever it, it'll start draining you and it'll start affecting you. And that's just how it is. But now, for an example on how to actually do one of these love spelly things. You have to be you kind of have to strategize with it. And you have to kind of think outside the box. Because here's the thing. If you're influencing somebody else, alright, toodaloo, Isabel. When you're doing love magic, it's sometimes better, like I've always said, work smarter, not harder. In this case, instead of influencing them, do it this way. The best way is actually doing glamour magic. You're probably wondering, well, how is that the best way? Go ahead it this way. Whenever you're doing glamour magic, make the intent become this. I now embody that which is most desirable, longed for, and most cherished in the eyes of whoever you're influencing. That way you're not influencing them, but what you're doing is you're intaking and imbuing what they desire. You don't know what it is. You don't need to know what it is, because now whatever it is, it's a veil. It's covering yourself. The issue, though, you have to upkeep it, because it is not going to last forever. But now say, let's actually get to the stuff like saying, say if someone went, let's say if someone's not being faithful towards you, it could be like a marriage or something like that too, and they actually were honest about it, like they were all in for it, and now they're kind of thinking it's not really going to go that way anymore. What you can do, it's not nice, but I don't care. You can actually detain them and pretty much restrict them to you. I'm somebody that says if you made the choice to say yes and stick, you stick. Doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter anything. You made the choice to stick, deal with it. And I mean, to be completely honest, I've stuck with mine since pretty much day one. Almost, actually, yeah, 11 years. Still stuck. Haven't changed. And the way I put it, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And trust me, sometimes I want nothing to do with him. And sometimes I wish he would just get out of my life and stay out. But here's the thing. No. It doesn't matter what I feel at the time, because it blows over. It's still him. I made the choice to stay, so I'm going to stick. And if, honestly, I don't have to like it now, because at the time when I decided to first stick, well, okay, now I'm stuck. Even later on down the line saying, oh, I made a mistake, well. You should have kept your mouth shut, kid, and you shouldn't have said yes. Should have known what you're getting yourself into. And that's how it is. I don't like it either sometimes, and I kind of wish I never fell for him. It is what it is, but I don't care. I said I'd stick, thick and thin. Headaches and no headaches. Wanting to jump off a cliff after dealing with some things? Nope. I'm not going nowhere. But now here's the thing. If somebody else decides that, just decides the opposite, wants to get rid of it, they get held to the same standard as you're providing to them. If you're giving your best, they have to give you their best, because they agree to it just like you did. It's a mutual agreement. That's how it is. If you're not going to go all the way with it 100%, when you say you want to go about it 100%, if you're not going to do it, okay, well, you said you would, but I was kidding. Okay, that's cute. No, you're not getting it. And if you eventually betray that, believe it or not, if you betray a spouse figure that you're married to and devoted to, that is a big karmic slap to the face for next life. Because next life, that's going to happen to you. But worse. So it's better to just learn your lesson and deal with it. And hey, you know what? Hey, I'll be honest. My 20s, from from 18 all the way up to now, pretty much. All those years, I could have been seeing other people. I could have been going down over to Vegas, having a good time, dating other people, and be going wild and crazy. No. I'm not one of those people that has a lack of self-control like that. And unlike, most people nowadays, I'm somebody that rather kind of uphold, well, I said I would stick with this person. It's not the best in the current moment. I'm not happy, obviously. But still, it's not how I want it. I'm not going anywhere. And because it's not the happiest thing, oh well, that doesn't give me the right to cheat not only him, but myself. And again, like I say, if somebody doesn't give you their best, but you're giving them yours, well, they can kind of be told this. Too bad. Especially when someone has gone through a lot of BS for them and they take it for granted. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. To actually take advantage of somebody's emotions and feelings like that and think it's a joke. That's something you don't mess with, because that can traumatize somebody for the rest of their life, and they can't get it off their mind. They develop trust issues, post-traumatic stress disorder, a fear of talking to other people, a fear to have connection again. That's the dark truth. Somebody's feelings and emotions you don't toy around with. And if you love someone, you wouldn't do that to them. And I'm being real. Because believe me, if anybody else was in my position with mine, they would have dropped him immediately. They would have. Because believe me, in this life, I've seen the worst. Pretty close to the worst. To the point where I almost took my own life. because I thought he was dead. Traumatized by a lot. Still with him. Or you can tell them, "Aw, well, here's the thing. You know what's actually more beautiful? Someone that actually, can be a human being like myself instead of something like that." Because it's like, really? You think somebody's chest is beautiful, but not the person? Wow. Nice to know you're animalistic, dude. When that happens, it just makes me say, really? You're gonna be focused on something else instead of the person? And you're looking at her as an object? You can get kneed in the face, dude. Harsh. I know. They can get kneed in the face. Because that kind of treatment... Ew. I thought when we, talk to people and interact with people, I thought we treat them like people and not treat them like pieces of meat. Because those people that mistreat people like that, they can kind of get spit on. Because that's how they are. Well, the thing is, people don't need to assume unless they actually have spoken with you and know who you are. You know what? That's not just say, "Aw, look at you guys become so obsessed about me and nitpicking me and trying to perfect me." Stop fanboying, dude. Oh God, not the fanboys. Look at them again. Oh look, they have me in their mouth again. God. Use that nightshade. Oh God, here we go again. Look at the fanboys wanting me in their mouth again. Oh, use nightshade. Please use that. Please, I beg of you. I can guarantee you, if you use that, you'll probably have them just not even know what to say in response. They're trying to put your name in their mouth again. Just tell them, will you guys stop trying to have me be in your mouth? That's not cute. Stop it. Really, dude? Of all the things you want in your mouth, it has to be me? God, again? That's just so funny. But no, serious though. Hit them in the face with that. Just straight up tell them, like, "Teacher, they're having me in their mouth again. They won't keep my name out of their mouth. They're obsessing over me." Damn, fanboys. Your hips are too wide? Well, you know what I have to say? You know what? These curves are real. Oh, and by the way, you wanna know how I got these curves? It's because I'm full of sweetness. Real sugar, not that fake Splenda crap. Rip. And you know what they say about big hips? Hey, they can actually sway. They can actually sway like a snake. Don't be hating. Don't you wish you had hips like this? You can have hips like this. No, I don't even know. Was that like a Pussycat Dolls back in the day? Yeah, that was a long time ago. But seriously. I just had, lost it. Oh. I think I'm only about a few. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay, we're good. I'm only a few hours left of the watch time that I need left. But once I get to that $4,000 mark, $1,000 mark, the 4,000 hour mark, I've decided that I'm actually going to be celebrating by actually holding a live stream, which is like, okay, maybe choose your deck, and it's just going to be a few card readings for like hours long once I get to it. Because, yeah, I think that's probably going to be where I'm going to be going towards this way. Veronica the Bumblebee. Well, you know what the good thing about bumblebees are? Guess what, honey? If you don't have me pollinating everything, looks like you ain't going to get your honey. Rip. Oh, you want honey? Sorry, you can't have honey because you need me to get your honey. Oh! Might as well even also tell him, you know what? I love being called a bumblebee because you know why? Because I pollinate the flowers and I keep this place beautiful. So thank you for telling me that I, make the world a beautiful place. Tricked. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you're trying to insult me, you're actually complimenting me. Come on, you had to be a little creative than that, honey. Or my personal favorite is someone's like, oh, he's a whore, or something like that. Really? Listen, hun, you're just mad because I just exist and now I get flocked to, and you don't get that. It's okay. Actually, no wonder you don't get anyone flocked to you, because holy crap, that stuff coming out of your mouth. Well, I'm thinking about it. I think I would be pretty good on, does anybody happen to remember that, TV show on MTV? That was like called, what was it called? Your Mama? Or something like that? It was like a, it was an old-time TV show that pretty much had these two teams against one another, and they just went back and forth insulting each other or something like that. I think I would do pretty good on that. I think I would do just fine. Like if someone says, I don't know, like they say something like a gay joke or something like that, it's just like, really? Why you gotta pick on me sucking on everything? You're just mad because you can't suck like this? Rip. Hey, don't be hating that, I can suck better than you can. Don't be hating that, I'm stuck it clean and dry. Don't be hating. No. I'm taking it home. Sorry. You can't have any of it. And oh, well, that's when I'd say, oh, I'm a devil worshiper? Oh, no, honey. No, I'm a Pan worshiper. And Pan likes to live life and live it hard. And don't be jealous that because, you're too much of a mama / daddy's boy, girl. Don't be hating because you have to be like that and I can do as I please and have a wild and crazy time. Don't be hating. You're just mad because you don't got Pan. Or you can really troll and be like, you really think I worship an Ifrit? An Ifrit? Really, dude? Why am I gonna worship a flaming Jinn? Besides, we already have enough flamers here, hun. We don't need more flamers. Actually, that reminds me, I also had to do Aquarius reading, and funny enough, that's kind of gonna be like for me. And I did Capricorns yesterday, on yesterday's live stream at like I think it was the 90-minute mark. I don't remember, and I didn't put a timestamp. That's true. I think what I'll do is I think I'll just do Aquarius' reading like I did yesterday. And this was gonna be my Ascendant one. I don't even remember which deck I did Rayos last night. Let's kick in the face with a rusty steel-toed boot. I guess I don't know. I think I will go and use. Screw it, I'm gonna use that Heaven or Hell Terrell for Aquarius. See the timestamp set. Rude. Pipe down. Okay, so for Aquarius, for the month of, what month is it? April. Okay, took me a minute. Yeah, the 58 mark. I gotta remember that. 58. Okay, doke. For Aquarius, for today's date, the month of April to May. This is for 31 days. Woohoo! Let's see what other comes out of this hot mess. Unhanded. Looks like Aquarius has Arachne for hubris. Jezebel? Well, Jezebel is actually... Oh, there's Alex. I haven't seen you in a while. And Jezebel is actually, funny enough, a queen that actually is extremely Lilithian. Funny enough. Very Lilithian. Like, I can't even describe like how really Lilithian she is. Like, she's to the point of like, screw your crown out of the way. That's a very little thing to do. Oh, you're who? Aww. Away. Oh, you're with, Yeshua? No. I can do what I would like. And, Aquarius' demon is Astaroth. So, Arachne and Astaroth. Actually, funny enough, might as well tell her, the sirens don't have anything to do with Jezebel. What's wrong with being a songstress? There's nothing Shut up. A songstress has nothing to do with Jezebel. And also, by the way, Jezebel wasn't a hooch. Just saying. It's true, though. In her story, she didn't be selling herself out like that. Oops. Try again after when you read your biblical history. Nice try. Now this way, you don't have to hear that, because I'm getting sick of it. Now anyway, so Aquarius being Astaroth and Arachne. What I'm getting from this, for the next 30 days for Aquarius, we have this. Don't be betraying someone and kind of taking advantage of it. This might happen to you, or you might be doing this to somebody else. It is what it is, but if you swore devotion and commitment to somebody, make sure that you're doing it for the best interest of yourself and the other person, and not trying to, like, ruin their reputation by something they can't help. Like a affliction of some kind. And make sure that you're not being taken advantage of something that you can't help. That was kind of very straightforward. But now the Heaven or Hell Tarot, or Heaven and Earth. I call it Heaven or Hell because it sounds better that way. Okay, just like before, 5 cards for Aquarius, and if I need to pull more, I will. Easy there. 4 of Wands to start. Nine of Pentacles. What's next? Sorry, my phone decided to say low battery. Lovers. F this deck. Queen of Pentacles. And the World. Okay. So, most definitely, they're being kind of like being alone and not having a lot of kind of being like so self-sufficient and focusing on the self is actually going to be coming to a close. And what's going to be starting anew is a unionship with somebody that's really practical, realistic, and nurturing. And it's going to be quite the celebration. Card at the bottom. Actually, give me 2 more. 2 more for, just for clarifying it. Clarifying. My card. F this deck. Queen, good lord, 3 queens. And the... So tell me, since when does this happen? Three queens. Cups, swords, pentacles. So since when does this happen? These 2 are clarifying. And what's funny, both of these, yeah. 3 queens, and the other clarifying is the Ace of Wands. So most definitely, there's going to be a lot of... I don't even know what to say, because the only thing that I can say is, well, it's like somebody is going to be having unionship and celebrating this period coming to an end of it being just all by themselves and being alone, but stable. It's going to come to an end, and what's going to start new is a unionship and it being a celebration between pretty much all but one feminine aspect of fire. But then again, here comes the Ace of Wands with the fire aspect. So most definitely there's going to be a big celebration that's going to be very emotionally... I don't even know what to say. Because it's so stunning. Screw this deck. Essentially, for the next 30 days, Aquarius, you are golden. Just make sure that you're giving your purest emotions and feelings out. Go face first with it. Go Hong Kong Phooey, and don't let anything get in your way. Don't let your heart be in a position where you're just overthinking stuff. Just celebrate the good. Because once you start celebrating the good, you won't need to defend yourself anymore. You won't need to, like, pretty much go and combat anything anymore. Because you can actually be yourself with pure love. And you can have emotional happiness. I'm dead serious because... especially my card, Queen of Cups, just popping up just like, oh, hi! Oh, not you again. Because why not? Oh, look, it's he who's hung. Pretty much just don't be hung up with all the fine details of it. Just take a risk. Don't tie yourself and be stuck thinking that it's not going to work. Just take the risk. Be happy. Charge forward again. I just go 3 times. That card just came out. 3 times. 3 times with that bloody chariot. So we're getting the message here. Face first it. 4 times. 4. Go Hong Kong Phooey with it. I guess that's how it's gonna have to be. Face first ahoy. Again. 5 times. Like, look. Like, legit. Okay. Shuffled. I'm gonna go with the bottom one. How does that happen? 6 times in a row. How does that happen? I pulled it from, like, back here. Okay. Go face first for it. That's all I'm saying. Are you for real? Are you for real? How does that happen? This deck, I'm telling you. Okay. It's like, F this deck. It's purposely messing with me. Wheel of Fate and then Ace of Wands again. Whoop-de-woo. Kind of like almost broke my finger there, trying to like get this thing to sit still. Okay, that's different. Temperance and Page of Swords. World. Okay, that was pulled 4. 2 of Swords. You know what? Now that I see this, I have a complaint. Stop saying that the way the pentagram is shaped as something being malefic and damaging and bad. And, you know, being a number 5 card, the inverted pentagram even though that can be a Satanist symbol. Stop making the stereotype more, oh, I don't know. Stop going off of the stereotype saying Satanism is bad. No. And it's, crippling. No. It was it was cute thousands of years ago, but can we stop swinging at him, please? Enough swinging at Satanas and the left-handed side, please. It's not cute anymore. Let's stop believing the holy men that like to, fondle the choir boys. Let's stop listening to them. They think it's evil because it's dark. Ooh. Well, have any of you happened to meet Nyx? She's dark, but she's blind. That's none of my business. Oh, look. There's the Lilith. There's the Lilith of the deck, the Queen of Wands. You tell me that does not look like Lilith. It looks like Lilith to me. Especially the face. I mean, look at her face. Just kind of has that bit of a really confident grin. Still. I'm probably going to call it here because I don't want my phone to die and because that'd be rude. So I'm going to end this here. And thank you for watching. Kind of not really a love magic video because I kind of got sidetracked and I really got to stop doing that. But I'll talk to you guys on the next live whenever I'm up.